Where did he return from,
my
by the way?
God. Huh?
Where did he return from? By
He
the way?
went. Oh, you didn't see the film, did you?
No, I haven't
Oh,
seen
he
any
went.
of them.
He found because Superman Returns ignores 3 and 4, which is always good, and it's set to be sort of
a Christopher Wood piece.
yes, and it's set to be sort of like a spiritual successor of Superman 2. So after you have Zod and all that kind of stuff, he goes off in search for more Kryptonians.
Yeah.
He doesn't find any. He finds out that he
Comes
is.
back very lonely and pretty hungry.
Yes, he does. He's very lonely and very hungry, and there's chimichangas, and it's great fun for all. But yeah, so he comes off to find more sort of like see if there's any evidence of Kryptonians out there. If he is truly alone, he is. He comes back to Earth. Superman Returns, I love. I know. I understand why people don't like it, except from you, because your main problem with it is the S.
No,
But,
right. I'm going to show you guys, not you guys listening, the guys in the room,
Well, we can put it on a video.
a visual. Yeah, I can,
Yeah.
I suppose. A visual representation of why I hate the film so much.
Yeah,
Okay.
but this has nothing to do with the film. This is the costume.
Is the S. This is the suit for Superman. You know, Man of Steel, right?
Man of Steel, the new.
This is what's like an. Look at that
That's
size
nice.
S. That's good
Totally
size.
a cup he's got down
Yeah.
there.
Just a tube size. This.
Christopher Reeve.
Yeah. Christopher Reeve Superman, the nice big S.
Yeah.
This is Superman Returns.
Yeah, Brandon Routh.
Look at the size of that S. It's tiny. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's saying that. So's his package.
That is ridiculous.
makes the man.
It's like a Fred Perry logo. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
small.
Yeah, I don't think you should rate a film on the costume.
No,
No, it does
But
count.
I
Superman
hate
Returns-
the film for many reasons.
Yeah,
That's the main
Superman
reason.
Returns it is slow. It is sort of slightly pretentious. It's sort of the art house cinema Superman film.
He was just such
But,
a bad
I mean,
Superman.
I know, but
On the topic of
to be fair for Brandon Routh though, he didn't get to do his own thing. He was doing Christopher Reeves. Obviously not literally, because that's terrible. This guy's dead! The man's dead!
Into the pool music.
Bow, bow, bow.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, no, right? Yeah, but you know, the shuttle scene, saving the shuttle scene, really good. The fact that you have Marlon Brando back as Jor-El, and it was very much sort of a love letter to Donna's movies, which I sort of appreciate. It was...
You're having pizza issues.
On the topic of costumes, though.
Yeah.
New 52 Superman,
Love it.
Right.
armoured, his Kryptonian armour,
Yeah,
and
I love
it
that.
looks that way in Man of Steel. I
It's not...
Freaking love it.
Man of Steel, it doesn't look like armour though, does it? It has that sort of chainmail look. But it's not like armour. As in,
Does
like,
he
he's
really
wearing it for
need the
prote-
armour?
Exactly. He's not wearing it for protection. It's sort of like a ceremonial
Because
thing.
yeah, it was one of the things I was going to say. It's like I've got nothing against like Superman, but the one
Yeah.
problem I have with characters like that in general is they are just too. It kind of makes other superheroes null and void.
Yeah.
So I mean, like him and Doctor Manhattan. Now I've watched Watchmen.
Right, yes.
It's like you sort of have them. You're like,
Superman
why
can sort
do
of-
the other
yeah.
characters? You think,
Yeah, well, it
see them
depends.
and think, oh, I'm just going to go get a job.
Yeah, yeah, because like
He's got it.
Again, it depends how Superman's done, like how he's written that stuff. Because there are periods throughout time where he is written as though he can juggle planets, and
Yeah.
other times they scale back his powers, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Death of Superman, which is a bloody brilliant thing and huge thing in sort of cinema history.
Bloody brilliant.
It's brilliant. It's smacking, smacking. Godfrey, show how excited I am for an interpretive dance. I don't know how to.
Tangent, right.
Yes, yeah, it's a very big thing. All-Star Superman, I've read
Brilliant.
that. Absolutely brilliant. It humanises Superman. That's the thing. You know, Superman. People say Superman isn't relatable. He hasn't got a place in the world. That's his thing.
So that's my biggest thing. Is like one of the things I think of. I was like, how the hell is Lex Luthor still alive?
That's true.
Unless he is dead, I don't know.
There's about 1,000
But
clones of
I'm
him.
thinking the amount of times he's tried to kill Superman. Superman's never
Yeah.
thought, alright, let's put this guy on the ground. He's
Yeah.
done enough.
I was
now.
the same with the Joker and Batman. Batman,
Yeah.
no matter what his reasonings are,
Oh no.
the Joker needs to be dead.
No, he doesn't. Have you seen? It's the Bruce Timm again animated movie, Batman Under the Red Hood.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
And
god.
at the end, when Jason Todd has him tied to the thing with like a gun in his
Yeah.
head, it's like, you do it. Because he killed me. And why didn't you do anything? And Bruce is like, you don't understand. If I do that, I am him. And that's the thing.
I don't care.
Because
I'm
there's
sorry.
such... that's why I love
Batman.
Batman.
Is a bad hero for not killing him.
Batman isn't a hero.
He needs to be dead.
That's what made Rorschach good in Watchmen. It was like, oh, yeah, I did it. I killed the girl. Arrest me. And then he kills him instead.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, that was the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, it's like,
what's
arrest
his-
you.
Yeah, that was the day he said, like, oh, what's his face? Like, his actual name died, and like
Yeah.
his character became real. It's like he actually broke.
That's
into,
how I
like,
think
killing
like
him
his
instead.
mask
Yeah.
is his face.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So like when they take it
Where
off...
is my face?
Bring me back my face!
Yeah.
But, you know...
I love the casting in that film as well.
Oh,
Who was that dwarf? Who was it? What else has he been in? Is it Pirates of the Caribbean or something? The dwarf guy in prison.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
I recognise him as
he was in
well.
Pirates.
Was it in
Big
Pirates?
figure.
He was in Pirates, yeah.
Or,
World.
I know,
Yeah.
I thought it was the guy in Scrubs, but no, that weren't him.
I think he was in Pirates, yeah.
Love
Yeah.
that. Exactly.
Yeah.
That film's perfect as well.
Oh, that was a really good film.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, and as we said, that's DC as well, because DC have Vertigo.
And bear in mind, I know nothing about Watchmen, and I watched that and it was really good. I thought something that was pretty weird to notice, but I thought the music in it was really well done.
Yeah.
I thought it set the
I've got-
tone
I've
very
got-
well, especially
I've got-
at the start.
I've got the
where they
sound-
show
Oh,
it-
with Bob Dylan's Time Sail Changing, yeah.
Yeah, where they showed from was it the Minutemen they were called at first?
Yes.
And then they went to Watchmen.
Yes,
I thought
and
it was really good. It
that's
shows how they all went.
Yeah, and that's such a brilliant thing because it sort of sets up the world that that we're now living in. For those of you who don't know, the recording stopped, so we had to pick up right where we were.
Yeah, and George
So-
just like brought that back in.
I did.
perfectly.
It sort of sets up the world that now we're in with the whole sort of. I'm keeping it together, guys. With the whole sort of like the changing face of comics and superheroes now in that world and the whole
Yeah.
Nixon thing.
They wanted like
Yes,
you know
they were
mainstream
going
people.
to
in
use.
that. In
Watchmen
Watchmen,
to use.
they wanted the actual
Yeah.
DC characters. So
Like,
like, I presume
Night-
Manhattan would have been Superman.
Maybe Superman. Night
yeah.
Owl would definitely have been Batman.
Batman.
Silk
Yeah.
Spectre would have been Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and Rorschach, they wanted a character called the
The
Question.
The question.
Yes.
Oh, what, they didn't want, was it Slade Wilson?
That's the next thing we're going to talk about. Can we talk about the cinematic first?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so
Watchmen.
DC have made some very good films.
Yeah, and I mean Vertigo. That means they also have Sam Mendes' Road to Perdition. That's based on a Vertigo thing.
I suppose, yeah.
History of Violence.
You got stuff like Jonah Hex and things like that, haven't you? That,
Yeah.
like, DC films that no one really
Have we
likes.
forgotten about, the Dark Knight trilogy?
We're about to.
We're about to get to the Dark Knight trilogy.
God,
And then Chris Nolan was born.
Oh,
Okay,
And, yeah,
that man is a
I mean,
god.
well, thank God.
the man
that,
used to be my favourite director, then got overtaken by Matthew Vaughn.
Yeah, I want
Matt, if you're listening, I love you.
for Chris Nolan, we have to thank Martin Scorsese.
I
Okay.
love Martin Scorsese.
Because-
He's my third favourite director.
Because Chris.
Director?
Right.
You check my list.
No, I
I
can't
think
remember.
he was.
Because Chris Nolan was going to do a Howard Hughes biopic,
Yeah, Aviator.
but The Aviator came out,
Yeah.
so Chris Nolan found another sort of billionaire who was orphaned at an early age.
yeah.
Bruce Wayne.
I knew that actually.
So, yeah,
How did I not have that?
well, probably
I
I
knew
told
it from
you.
somewhere.
I probably told you.
I probably read it at the same place.
Maybe. And yeah, so thank you, Martin Scorsese, for doing that. So we now have Chris Nolan's Batman.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Batman Begins.
Both ended up working with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, indeed. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Full circle. So yeah, Batman Begins,
Batman Begins,
really
yeah.
like changed the face of
Yes.
like film, not just for DC universe.
Yes, it
like,
was
superhero films in general.
It was
definitely.
yeah.
I think it made the transition between superhero films being poppy and like
yeah.
the
Yeah.
mainstream sort of that to actually like
It was
It was
epic,
real.
memorable.
It was real.
Yeah, I mean, the
films,
Dark Knight trilogy
you know.
isn't just a superhero trilogy. It's like a great sort of perfect cinematic trilogy.
Yeah.
I think that's the
Yeah.
thing. I mean, Dark Knight obviously was the one that sort of got most of the attention. Which
It's my least favourite of the three.
well, that's
I love it still.
Yeah,
Like, don't get me
obviously,
wrong. I'm
I
not
know.
saying I don't like it.
yeah,
It's just
definitely,
It's,
100%.
it's placed third.
But I mean,
in
because
my
there are
list.
people who's obviously people who saw Dark Knight without knowing about Batman Begins. It has to.
Really?
Well, Dark Knight made more money in its opening weekend than Batman Begins in its entire run. That's an official. Their official
Wow.
figures, and so that's why I feel sorry for people going to Rises who haven't seen Begins. So it's such a sequel to that as
Yeah.
well. And Dark Knight really sort of exploded everywhere. You couldn't go anywhere without seeing like Weiss of Sirius and Heath Ledger's Joker. And obviously, Heath Ledger's
Yeah.
passing affected that greatly. I mean,
Have you seen The Imagineer of Dr. Parnassus?
I have seen Imaginary.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yes, it's very good. Yeah, and obviously Dark Knight. I mean, Heath Ledger's death obviously had something to do with that. It had to.
Yeah.
You can't.
I do think that publicised
Yes,
it a lot.
I mean, it's hard to think of a world in which it's hard to know what Dark Knight would have done if he hadn't died. Same way we don't know how well.
Do you reckon he still would have won the Oscar?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't
either.
think so. I don't think so. And it's the same reason why we don't know how well Rises would have done without the Colorado Denver shootings. Because Dark Knight Rises is the Dark Knight Rises is the only Batman film to make more money internationally than it did in America. Because they were cancelling premieres, people didn't want to go see it.
People hopping on planes going to other
People on
countries.
planes going out of countries and then crashing those planes into buildings.
Crashing this plane with no
survivors.
I love Bane. He's so
Bane is
menacing.
awesome. Bane is
Oh.
awesome.
But that Dark Knight trilogy, it's a perfect, not perfect, no.
No,
It's an epic trilogy, like
Yes.
it's up there with Lord of the Rings.
it's up there. Lord of the Rings. It's with Godfather.
Back to the Future,
Future, yes.
Star
Star
Wars,
Wars,
yes.
prequels,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
No sequels.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things. I think he's deaf and the shootings and that stuff. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. In a bad way, it helped publicise.
Yes.
But I think they still would have been just.
Oh, they would.
amazing
Oh, they would have been
blockbuster
amazing, but they
films.
wouldn't have like gotten so much in the public eye. I don't think.
Mm.
But they would have still. The quality of them would still have been absolutely perfect.
I think Batman Begins
In fact-
proved that because Batman
Yes.
Begins didn't get in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah.
actually the public thing sort of lessened it for me when I saw Dark Knight, because Heath Ledger's thing, everyone's like, oh, Heath Ledger, it's so great. It's like, yes, it's a marvellous performance, absolutely brilliant. I mean, just the scene when he escapes and he puts his head out of the squad car window.
The dog
and,
like.
and he's like, you can know he's feeding on the desperation of the city, which is absolutely brilliant.
Mm.
And he was
There's
like,
just a lot of small things in that
Yes.
I don't like to just credit the actors, like
Right.
Chris, like little things that aren't necessary but are perfect for the
Mm.
tone.
Yes.
There's one part where you're driving past, it's an instant like snippet. There's a fire engine on fire, and it's just like that.
yes.
It's like referencing
Yes.
like
Yeah.
9/11 almost.
Mm.
It's just got this bringing all stuff back, and it's just a small thing
Yeah.
that just like shows you
And
what the
it's
city's
and
like.
Dark Knight is so sort of thematically rich as well.
Mm.
Like everything about it, there's the whole thing is sort of like steeped in sort of is brilliant.
I think the whole fire engine on fire thing is getting it sound like the people that are supposed to save you from fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't even save themselves
Yeah.
from it. I
Yeah.
think that's just the whole sort
And
of
it and it's
people
what
and,
it
it, and,
is.
it, and it's the Joker's everything burns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Also, do you know that I might have read this on your website. On that, there's that bit where he blows up the hospital
Yes.
and he turns round, doesn't he? And
Yeah.
pounds
Yeah.
the button. Well, that wasn't actually supposed to happen.
Yes.
He was supposed to keep walking, and as he got on the bus, turn around
Yeah.
and it explodes.
But
But
he-
him as a
yeah.
character just sort of stood there, looked at
Yeah,
him,
that's
Yeah.
and it blew up. And he goes, "Ooh!" And so
Yeah,
that
it's
runs
like best
away.
improvised moments.
Yeah,
in
same
that
with
ever.
Heath Ledger's clap. When Gordon's like when
Yes.
he's in prison and
Yeah.
Gordon's like sorting out all the stuff and you find out he's commissioner and he just goes and it's this sarcastic sort of like that wasn't supposed to happen. So when everyone was like, what the fuck's he doing? It's because they didn't know.
Yeah.
It's also Heath Ledger, like Chris Nolan gave Heath Ledger the video camera scene
Yes.
to direct
He
himself.
directed himself. But
Absolutely.
look at me! Yeah.
It's that thing of like it wasn't just an epic film, but all those little bits,
Yeah.
all this little bit made it like
Yeah.
really good. It makes you like more connected and love
Yeah.
the film.
I mean,
even more, you
his
know?
his performance as Joker. I mean, he got the part before they really had like script and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So he was like, now you know you've got the part, go work on it.
He locked himself in a hotel
for
room,
6
didn't
months.
he?
Yeah,
Was it 6
It was
months?
like 6 months, and like
Wow.
Chris Nolan sent him like the Killing Joke and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff to read and sort of
And
and he spent his time like he wrote a diary.
this is someone
and that.
we can't talk about this trilogy without talking about this person, Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer.
Oh,
I'm so excited about what he's going to do with Superman. Because if anyone can redo John Williams, it's Hans Zimmer.
When Hans Zimmer was talking about the Joker's theme, you know,
Yeah.
that crunching sound at the beginning.
Yes.
He's the guy that does music, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
He did Pirates
composer.
of the Caribbean as well, didn't he?
Yes,
Did
he
he?
did Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
He did Gladiator.
Yeah, I knew you did
All that sort of good stuff.
Yeah. Chris Nolan, just all the time, isn't it?
Yes, all Chris Nolan's films.
Well, with Batman, he didn't just do the score; he was like a creative consultant.
Yeah.
So, in Dark Knight Rises, you know the little boy singing
Yeah.
Oh,
The
national
national
It's a
anthem.
lovely,
That-
lovely voice.
yes.
Yeah, that was a little gig, wasn't it?
Look, the
Because everyone
game's
took the piss out of
brilliant.
Bane's voice.
Yeah, it probably was, yeah.
Yeah, Chris Nolan was like, "Oh, what celebrity should we get to sing the national anthem?" Then, and Hans Zimmer said, "I think we should have a young boy do
Yeah.
it because the trilogy started with about a young naive boy who fell down a well. It should
Yeah.
end with a young naive boy
Yeah,
out in
and
the field." And
I
that just that alone, it's like a tiny
Yeah.
little thing.
Yeah.
That not many people took notice of, but it was there.
Yeah,
It
Hans
was-
Zimmer
it
is.
worked.
It's not comic book related. Hans Zimmer, Inception. Now you know what I'm going to say. Have you all seen Inception?
Yeah.
Right. You know, there's the Edith Piaf's "Je ne regrette rien," the French song that they play to initialise the kick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that song. And it's that.
You're
when-
welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, when they're in the dream, when that
Available on
plays.
iTunes.
When they're in the dream and that plays, they know sort of like they're gonna have a kick, so they're gonna wake up or go into
Yeah.
the lower dream. And you know whenever anyone mentions Inception, you go BAM!
Boom, boom.
BAM! You know those horns things. That is the beginning of Je ne regrette rien slowed down.
You know that.
Yeah, because time works slower in dreams. So what Hans Zimmer did was took the song that indicates the end of the dream and slowed it down. And
Yeah.
that's what he put in the score. It's stuff like that he thinks of.
Yeah.
Which
He's,
works
he's
so
a
well.
very clever man.
And the fact with Dark Knight, the sort of the hero theme of like you know at the end it begins when it's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me, and he jumps off, and the score kicks in, and that's the hero score.
Yeah,
You hear that twice in Dark. You only hear the hero score twice in Dark Knight.
in Dark Knight Rises. It's playing through the beginning, but it's like a small like.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's like a ghost sort of whisper of it.
And then when he
It's like
comes,
a faded
and then
hero, I
like
love
40
it.
minutes in, when he comes back and he's in the underpass, and you, that's my favourite thing. All the lights go. My favourite thing in Dark Knight Rises when the lights go out, and you hear the slow hum of the Batpod, and you know the sound,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the fluttering of the cape, and the cop is like, "You're in for a shoulder naked."
Yeah, you can literally
Yeah.
listen
Yeah.
to like the film,
And you hear
without
it.
seeing it, and you'd still get the
Yeah,
story.
and you hear it, and then like you see the silhouette of the Batboard, and then bam, and the thing goes
Oh,
back in.
I love
And
it.
It gave me chills. It was so good.
Yeah,
So
but
100% hooked.
yeah. So when they finally developed the Joker's theme, they sent that
Yes.
to Heath Ledger.
All right.
He was sitting there listening to that,
Yeah.
developing his character,
Yeah,
going
doing
to
the
this really
posture and the
dark
voice stuff and
place.
stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and he it worked.
Yes, it did. It did.
It really worked.
And the fact
it might have been the reason it was his demise, but
Yeah,
a
maybe,
lot of people say that, don't
maybe,
they? That's what
maybe.
Jack Nicholson said. He warned him. That was it, like when he first found out about Heath Ledger's death, which was like January the 13th, 2009. Yeah, he was like, I warned him.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, dick.
There was. I saw a.
yeah,
I saw.
just him kicking dirt on his grave. You know?
Yeah, I saw a. There was a YouTube thing of saying Jack Nicholson's reaction to Heath Ledger's death.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a sound bite from Batman '89 when he has the shock thing
Oh,
and he
yeah.
fries the guy and he goes, "I'm glad you're dead," and laughs. It was that. Oh, I'm glad you're dead. Oh. Jack Nicholson's hilarious in that film. How about that?
I did actually like that scene.
Yeah, it's
just like a corpse.
Anything Jack Nicholson's doing is awesome. And again, like the museum scene, it's like, "Boys, let's make some art."
Yeah.
And Prince plays and they dance.
You know the one where there's a bit of art? He goes, no, I like that one.
Yes.
It's a real bit of art.
Yeah.
It's a real bit of
Yeah.
art. I love that. But yeah,
So we've done.
we've established the
Dark
Nolan
Knight
trilogy
yes.
is very good.
Now I'm gonna.
We've established the Marvel universe present
can I
is
sway
very
this over
good.
to Green Lantern?
Yeah.
It has to be said. It's the big green elephant in the room. See, that's the phrase "blue elephant" to green elephant because it's Green Lantern.
That's
what I do.
I think we all know.
That's what I do. You're
Joke
welcome.
was funny.
You're
until
welcome,
you explained
listeners.
it.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't even funny when I said it. To be fair, nothing I say is.
Okay.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh,
Good for you.
Oh, don't.
But I'm pretty certain I can at some point because my girlfriend loves Ryan Reynolds, so I'm sure I can persuade her to watch it very easily.
His eyes are just so close together.
I like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, his eyes are so far apart. It's
They
like.
should just mesh together. It was like some sort of transport accident when I.
Ryan Mason loves him, doesn't he, Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
His jawline.
Saying that, I thought he's pretty decent. I used to watch Two Guys Go on a Pizza Place. Anyone watch that?
Never
No,
heard of it.
I know of
It
it.
was,
I know
like,
of
it was
it.
the program that made him popular.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was,
right.
It was really funny.
No, I really liked that Buried. I liked that.
I haven't
Didn't
seen
see
Buried.
that either.
I haven't
Very
seen
clever
Buried.
film.
I've heard good things.
That was one of those things they do in the film where they release two films very similar at the same time. Where one's obviously got the idea, and another studio's heard of their idea, and they produce one quicker. 'Cause you
Friends
had
with
ha-
Benefits and
Yeah.
what was the other one?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'Cause you had
No
the
strings attached.
Yeah.
127 Hours and Buried Alive came out.
Yeah.
Ants, Bugs Life, Toy Story, Small
Yeah.
Soldiers.
Oh, the 100% Hours.
It's
True story.
Deep
But
Impact Armageddon. They always come up at the same time.
The Prestige, Illusionist.
Prestige though was like.
Oh,
hell,
Prestige.
better.
Prestige is better. 100%.
I love that film. So
Prestige is
I love
brilliant.
Christopher Nolan.
So do I.
I love Matthew Vaughn.
Along came Polly, and there's something about Mary.
Yeah.
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 I did not listen to
Jokes.
this.
I'm not behind with that one.
I don't think there's something about her.
The Devil Wears Prada.
I like-
Catwoman.
I don't
Sorry.
Think,
Let's
I
talk
don't
about
think. I don't think they came out together.
Let's talk about that DC film.
Oh, yeah. Just give
It's a cheap flick.
Anyone who's seen Green Lantern knows it's terrible. Let's move on.
I heard a rumour that apparently in a lot of the fight scenes that was a bloke in the Catwoman suit.
No.
Which makes me laugh even more, because if anyone was jerking a chicken to that, then...
Who does that? Oh, look, this fight scene.
Joe,
Yeah.
I'm going to use your shower.
No, Tommy and George.
Yes.
Right? Marvel cinematic versus
Yes.
DC cinematic.
Yeah.
What is your verdict?
Well, I'm going to talk about the future of DC now.
Okay,
Because it's bothering.
okay. Yeah, yes,
Me and
we've
George talk
talked
all the
about it.
time.
Yeah, all
about
the time.
this. It bothers the
First
hell
of all,
out of us.
Man of Steel, I'm fine with. It's going to be perfect. It's
I'm
going to be brilliant.
excited for it.
Bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam.
I cannot put into words how excited I am for Marvel Phase 2.
Yes, definitely 100%.
So that's just like, that's a
and
high bar
shall we go
already.
2015, Justice League of America, Warner Brothers. Let's go into that.
Oh, right, okay.
Some people may not know about the Justice League plans, that kind of stuff.
Okay, the villain's been confirmed.
Well, who else would you think it was going to be? It's going to be Darkseid.
Well, Darkseid was a villain in DC,
Yes, he is.
and Stan Lee saw the villain in DC, liked the villain, DC, and copied the villain from DC. Made a character called Thanos or Thanos.
Thanos.
however you
I
say it.
pronounce it
I want
Thanos.
to say
It's actually
Thanos.
the arch nemesis.
Who is the villain
Avengers.
revealed
Yes.
at the end of Avengers?
Vengeance in the post
So
credits,
then,
yes.
obviously,
Yeah, and the
Warner
fact-
Brothers have decided.
And Justice League is coming out the same year as Avengers 2.
Ha!
There's
Back to life.
I'm gonna say what's coming out in 2015 because it's ridiculous.
Let's just say Green Lantern Corps, Nova Corps.
No, we'll talk about this after.
Can I just finish that?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
2015. I just want to say what's coming out in 2015.
Okay, what's coming out?
Justice League,
Yeah.
Avengers 2,
Yeah.
Ant-Man, Star Wars Episode 7, Avatar 2, Fantastic Four.
I better not die. You're gonna get that. I hope I don't die
Yeah.
before then.
That's what I said. Everyone keeps talking about this apocalypse stuff, which is just complete.
Yeah.
Because the
No,
last time
I'm
I
just
said
like,
I hope I don't
I
die,
missed so many films.
Green Lantern. I was so looking forward to Green Lantern. Because that was the time when I was really into Green Lantern. I was doing like Jeff Johns' Rebirth, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be... he became my favourite character before the film came out. I saw the film. I cried. So from Avengers one emotional impact, I just cried.
Why did you enjoy that much?
Why? What happened? And then Mark...
I can't get him out.
At the end, did you enjoy it? No.
I even sat during the credits because I heard there's going to be a post-credit sequence. There was. What was it? Mark Strong putting on the ring for no apparent reason.
Oh yeah.
Mark Strong's perfect in the film.
Mark
Mark Strong's awesome.
Mark Strong.
I love Mark Strong.
He's awesome in anything he does.